Hey guys, good morning. Sorry guys. Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Thursday, June 13th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's gonna open in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Last thing. And we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, link sent out. All right, perfect. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Give you guys a little update on the chart data over here. As you guys can see, we're on the March contract, or sorry, June contract. Down here super far back. Down to the 2 hour. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30-minute. 15-minute. 10-minute. And we are good to go. All right, guys. So I've marked up liquidity over here. The closest level of liquidity above is at 38,770. The closest level below is at 38,619. This big spike over here is from the news at 5:30, PPI news, as you guys can see. Again, people are just joining in. So as we get more people in the room, I'll explain. Well, I'll just tell you guys here now. So I'm using the June contract, guys. If you guys will see that the contracts might look kind of weird. So if you're using the continuous, so if you're using the continuous, let's just go to YM real quick. This is the continuous contract. The candles look very weird, right? So just use the June one right now because there's a turnover that's happening tomorrow. It's typically a third Friday of every of the expiration month. So just use June. So use YMM 2024. This is going to be the June contract. You'll see it's a lot smoother. This is where we will be executing our trades. So I marked up liquidity over here. Here's our levels chart. Here's our clean chart. I'm going to mark up 6:30. Mark up 8 o'clock. I'm going to go to the 4 hour real quick. Identify structure. Resistance up here. Support down here. Some more support down here. Going up to the 1 hour. All right, looks about right. So down to the 1 minute over here, as you guys can see, price is close to the 4 hour support, but not too close. So we got that marked up right there for the clean chart. Looking over here on our main chart, I believe we had news today at 5:30. So there's news at 5:30, news at 6 o'clock. So I'll just mark this up right here for the 5:30 news. We'll put PPI there. There's more news over here at 6 o'clock. This I'm not as concerned about. Let's put trade balance on tap. Then we have one more news event, gas stock change at 7:30. And that's about it. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, June 13th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. So as I said earlier, guys, closest level of liquidity over here is at 38,770. Closest level below is at 38,619. Again, I'm using the June contracts. If you guys are just joining the room, if you guys are using the continuous, you'll see that the candles look kind of weird. So just make sure to use the June contract, which is YMM 2024. That'll give you the June contract. Should be moving smooth, and it should be moving in line with NinjaTrader. So just keep that in mind, guys. The contract rollover is tomorrow, I believe. So other than that, we got market opening up shortly. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is still pretty much flat. It's actually 50-50 right now. So it's literally right down the middle. Looking over here at CNBC, not really too much movement. I think because of the contract rollover, there's not going to be too much going on today aside from the spike earlier this morning. Another heads up, guys, I just passed another PA account, so I have another 250K funded account. I have 2 of them now. Like I said, I'm trading those accounts individually. I'm trading them very risky, just off intuition. I'm kind of just looking at the charts, looking for what type of entries here. I already knew price was going to be bullish because you can see over here it's obviously bullish. I saw the entry over here again that we were talking about the other day. This is the same entry I took yesterday. I basically saw the entry come up right here, took it. I rode the news right up, and then I passed the eval. So you'll see like one account with like really big profits. I have 2 active PAs right now, 2 new active PAs that I'm currently trading. And then I have my 3rd PA I'll be coming after today since they still have the 1-day pass for Apex. So I'm just gonna post this over here real quick so you guys can see. Just so that you guys aren't like confused about what where those profits came from. All right. Here we go. Yeah, you can trade news during eval phase, just not during. Well, I mean, technically you can still trade during PA, but I wouldn't trade these PAs during that time. So yeah, here is the profit from that account. It's a 250K account, so I locked in 15,000 on that. Kind of just did my own trades. I just worked up until I got to the goal, which is 15,000, and I got funded on that. So here's my 250K account. Got 2 of them now, and then the 100K, of course, that happened last week. So you guys can see, like, if I trade by myself and if I just trade, like, if I'm just in flow with the market, I can pass these PAs pretty quick. It's just trading with you guys here on the live. I don't want to show you guys how, like, I can't do that for you guys live, because if I do it live, it'll instill like bad habits in you guys, because you guys aren't on that you're not at that level where you can kind of just trade off feel, basically. So that's kind of what happened here. I knew price is bullish, caught the new spike up, and then it passed the challenge right away. So yeah, exactly. Rashida said news trading is allowed with Apex, just has to be off of strategy, not just because. So they'll probably require that you they'll have you screen record your trading, and it's fine with me. I don't need because I screen record all my trading, and they're all documented, so it's not a problem for me. But for a normal person, you'd have to Apex would literally ask you, and I know this has happened to a lot of people that I know personally. They literally ask them like, hey, can you screen record your trading session so that we can see that you have an actual strategy and you're not just taking some random entries. And it's not even just for news trading, it's for regular trading too. So I mean, if you guys haven't started, well, you guys wouldn't really need it because you can show them my recording, like, oh, this guy's actually trading legit, and he's not just getting lucky off random trades. But all right, so market is now open, guys. We have price coming down right here. There's no entries for us here at the moment, at least not yet. Yeah, we got a sessions right here. We have a possible levels entry that could come up right here, but the problem with this is it's so close to sessions, of course. Okay, so there's another possible levels entry right here, guys. I'm not going to take this one yet. I'm going to wait a little bit before I start taking the entries because we had this big spike from news. So you can see these big candles right here are reaction to the news. We had a correction. So price basically pushed up and then it came back down super heavy. And then now it's dropping down even further from that point. So basically the correction from the news spike this morning at 5:30, it's just dropping down even further. So I'm going to wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit before I start looking for any opportunities for the levels entry. Price kind of came down right here. I'm fine with it kind of retracing up and bouncing around this area first for a while. And I'll come back and take a look at that. Like I'm not going to take it right here, guys. There's levels entry right there. I'll mark it up for you guys. But I'm not going to take it because it's probably going to hit. Yep. Full TP right there for the levels entry, guys. I don't feel comfortable taking trades right now. It's too early in the session on a heavy news day like this. If there wasn't heavy news pre-market, I would be okay with taking this, but because there was, I don't feel comfortable just hopping in because there could be some fake outs popping up right here. So Nick just caught that levels entry. Nice work, Nick. Full TP. We'll see if the volatility continues to stay high. If it doesn't, it's fine. I mean, ideally, yeah, we'd want volatility to stay high. This level's pretty much done with, so I can't use this myself. But it looks like Jamie caught it as well. Nice work, Jamie. Jamie and Nick both caught that levels entry for a full TP. JJ said, I'm going to use you as proof. Yeah, you can. Other people have used me as proof. If you know, obviously, if because we do have people from Apex on their admin team, from what I've heard, that are in our live session right now watching us trade. Just make sure that we're not doing anything weird. You know, we're actually trading. We're not doing like random spike trades or like trades that aren't allowed. So I think you guys can use me as a reference or resource, whatever you guys want to call it. And Jacob's asking, how are you doing more than 20 accounts? You can have as many evals as you want, but you can only have 20 PAs. So what I'm going to be doing moving forward is I'm going to be having some backup accounts. So I'll have like 20 PA accounts, and then I'll have like basically 20 evals that are passed already, so that if I ever blow an account, I could just swap them over, and then there's like automatic PA right there. You have to pay for it, like for the fee, but it's worth it because you know you have a backup. So there's no in between. Like you're not like trading for a month with no payouts and stuff. You just have the account kind of just. Yeah, exactly. Jacob said, yeah, just get their 90% off. That's literally what you would do. Exactly. Yeah. It's not that bad. Like if you think about it, because then you're going to have automatic accounts. Like, and then, you know, some days you want to just YOLO it. You can just YOLO an account. Or if you want to trade news one day, you can trade news if you want. Or like one day you just want to go like, you know, trade off intuition like I did this morning. You can do that, make your profit. And then, yeah, exactly. Jacob said Apex is listening to you right now saying YOLO. Yeah, don't YOLO your accounts, guys. Do the opposite of that. Trade them naturally. Yeah, exactly. Nick said it's good for backup accounts. Yeah, I didn't know about this before, but now that I know about it, it's pretty smart. Especially if you have recurring payouts, like if you're getting paid out every month, you just use that payout money to pay for the eval fees for the recurring. And it's not that bad. I mean, like a recurring fee. So let's see, if you're doing a 300K, which is expensive, but it's like 60 bucks, I think, 60 times 20. So you'll be paying like about 1,200 a month in evals, like just recurring, but you'll have these as backup funded accounts if you ever need them. So I mean, it's not that bad. Times 12. You're basically paying a premium of like 14,000 a year, but you'll be making payouts on the funded accounts, and then you'll have the backups ready. So it's really not that bad. Realistically, if you have like a consistent, like if you're consistent, it makes sense. But if you're not consistent and you're just gambling, it doesn't. Patricia said can't do backup funded accounts anymore. Are you sure, Patricia? You can't? I'll have to ask them. Okay, well, I thought that was still okay, but I'll have to ask them. I didn't see any updates regarding that with the backup accounts. But I'll find out for myself, guys. Again, don't take my word for it. You probably want to message their customer support or look at their FAQs. I just haven't seen an update where it wasn't allowed. Yeah, no. So that's what you can do, Patricia. You can leave them as you can pass them, but then don't sign them. Or you can get them close to passing. Yeah, exactly. So you can also get them close to passing, like what Patricia said. Um, I'll have to ask them to be sure. Yeah. But yeah, what you can do with your evals, if you get them so close to passing where it's like $100, like, $100 still passing, and then just leave them as eval. And then you just hold on to them so that when you need to pass them, it'll, yeah, exactly. So you're right, Patricia. That's the way around it. All right. So looking at this right here, Kim's asking any clue why I can't pull up the June chart. Not sure, Kim. Are you putting in this? So here's an easier way to do it. Just type in YM on your chart, click on this drop down, and then go to this one right here. Click on that, and it'll give you the June chart. If you type it in, it might give you an error. So it's easier to just go to the actual the list. So let's see if there's any PRVs here. Looking at this right now, guys, we currently have, so let's see, market open right here, had the rejection. Almost a PRV, but not yet, almost. So if we get another rejection off here, that'll be a PRV entry. Might be off this candle. There's no breakout V3s here just yet. Price is actually rejecting off the 4-hour support right here on the clean chart, as you guys can see. Price hit liquidity right here on the 2 lower levels. Not sure if anybody caught those two, but they both just got hit not too long ago. So there goes the first one right there. And the second one down below right here as well. So there's actually been a lot of entries that have just came up, guys. I'm not sure if any of you guys caught these, but they did come up right here. There's a lower level of liquidity that was at 38,619 and the one below that 38,587. There's no PRV yet. The PRV could be on this candle right here if it does reject off the level 2 pivot. Our clean chart again right here is rejecting off the 4-hour support. We don't have a new resistance zone yet, but I'll come back and take a look at that as we get closer to that there. I'll just move this down a little bit. All right, so price is coming right back down. This was a CV right here, actually, yeah. So this was a CV, but it was at the sessions right there, CJ. So you're right, this was a CV entry. There was a high with a green candle. It was a smaller red candle. So this is a CV entry, but it was touching the session. So again, I wouldn't be messing with that trade there for me personally. We got a divergence here with the sell signal. I'll be looking for the levels to come back down a little lower. Nikki's asking what are the inputs for the MPS levels. So the inputs are, for me, I put 10 and 50. You can put 5 and 50 if you just want a few lines, like you just want a few on there. You can just put 550, but I had 10 earlier. Doesn't really make a big difference. Just puts more lines on your chart. All right, so I'll be looking for price to come down to this lower level over here for the levels entry. Again, I need price to actually be moving. I can't have price going sideways like it was yesterday. But the price point right here is going to be 550. So I'm just going to put that into my chart just to be ready in case it does come down to this point. And of course, that'll be for a sell. I don't necessarily like how price is moving right here. So you guys can see how price is going sideways. This isn't the type of market that I want to trade in. I want price to actually be moving directional, right? So right here, you can see price is kind of just going sideways around the support. And I'll put a temporary resistance right here. So this is just temporary for now because this is the lower high. Once we get an actual higher high, I'll mark it up as an actual resistance so that you guys can see. But you guys can see here, it's just, this is for now. You can see how price is just going back and forth. This isn't necessarily the type of market you want to trade in. This is a fake out type market. So just be careful because if price breaks above here, it might just fake out. Like price might shoot below, fake out, come back up, fake out, come back down. In this type of market, you can look for CVs, you can look for V1 variations. They both look fine. Um, they're sort of hard to come by, but if you do see them, they can play through. Thanks, William. Yeah, we got news at 7:30, which is gas stock change, which is normal. Happens pretty much every week, every month. Not expecting too much of a push from here, but I am gonna be careful for it because that news screwed me over last week. I traded the gas stock news just when I thought it was gonna do anything. It moved for the first time, and first time in a long time, and I ended up getting caught in that trade. So I'm not gonna trade gas stock change, of course. I'll trade around it if possible. All right, so we're getting a slow market right now. I'm assuming because the expiration is coming soon of the June contract. There's always something going on. Like yesterday, we had FOMC, so people are kind of just sitting out. Today, we have the expiration contract coming up tomorrow. So, like the reason why there's low volatility here is because people are offloading their contracts. They're going to be rolling it over to the next month. So they don't want to do much right here as they're waiting for the next contract to roll over. Which is fine. I mean, we've had a great week so far. So Tom is asking, so the rollover on Apex is tomorrow. It's not for Apex, it's for the June contract. So Apex doesn't control rollover. Rollover is just based off whichever contract is being used at the time. So during that time, it's in limbo. You can trade either one. You can trade June or you can trade September. The only difference is you got to see which one's actually moving because you'll have some people who are still on June and you have some people who've rolled over already, right? It happens. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, like during the session. It's going to happen at the end of the session. So it happens the way that the futures market works, and you can look up online like how rollover works. It happens a third Friday of not every month, but the month of expiration. So since we're on the June contract, third Friday is tomorrow, and that's where people are going to start rolling over. So you'll see where the volatility is at. Like sometimes, like if you go to YM over here, just regular YM, this is why these candles look like this, because not everybody's on the same contract, or not everybody's trading. Everyone's kind of just waiting for the rollover. That's why these candles are not aligned. So right now, you just got to wait because the September one. So the September one is moving decent, right? You can see how it's moving over here, but it's all broken up over here because not everybody's moved over yet. So there's no specific date. There's not like, oh, today roll over your contract. You have to look at the contract and see what's actually moving and what's not, because not everybody moves over on the same day. For the most part, you want to stay on the original contract because not everybody rolls over right away. But Ninja Trader and Tradeovate will give you a warning when it comes time. All right, so I'm looking at this right here, guys. If this breaks below and closes below the 50 mark, I'll be looking for a levels entry. I need it to actually like break below it, though I can't have it like move sideways like this, right? I need it to actually break below, have some volatility behind it, and then continue on to the downside. Looking at the PRB over here, so the PRB did come up, guys. I'm not sure if anybody caught that, but it did come up right here. Thanks for Sheeta for the heads up. So there is the PRB just hit full TP right now. So as we said, initial candle right here on open, rejected off the pivot, came back down, rejected off the pivot right here. Entry would happen on the close of that candle. And there is the entry for the PRB. All right, so let's see what else we've got over here. So I'm still looking for that levels entry down here. Again, I need to have some movement. All right, so this might be the levels entry setting up right here, guys. Got 30 seconds left on here. 25 seconds. If it drops too low, like to the next level, then I'm going to cancel it. Or if price starts to consolidate like it did yesterday, then I'm going to cancel it. But we had about 10 seconds left on this candle here. I'll put my limit order right there at the 50 mark.
Order,
All right, so I got the pending order right there, just waiting.
order
And
submitted.
if it starts to consolidate, I'm going to cancel it, but I'll leave it as is for now. If it drops too low to the next level, I'm going to cancel it. If it just starts to consolidate here, I'm also going to cancel it. I don't want to trade a consolidating market. I want price to be moving. I want it to come down, come up, come back down. That's the type of movement I'm looking for here. So I'll be following the next two candles, see how they move here. If there's still volatility behind it. If there's not, again, I'll be canceling it. So just a heads up, guys. So I'm just going to follow it here because if anything, it might drop down to the next level. If it drops down to the next level, the entry is going to happen here at the 500 instead. See update on CNBC. There's actually no updates at all for CNBC right now. Surprisingly, usually they have an update when the market opens, but they didn't even have an update for PPI news either. All right, if it drops too low, guys, can cancel it. Again, I'm just watching it here. I think I might have to add a criteria if it doesn't hit within the first couple minutes, just cancel the order. Because you're looking for that quick push. You're looking for the quick drop, retest, drop back down. If it doesn't happen, you're kind of just in limbo. You're just holding on to it. You're waiting for something to trigger that's probably not going to trigger. Or if it does trigger, it's going to be too late. So I'll wait for this candle here to close. I'm going to cancel it after this candle if it doesn't. Yeah, obviously canceling. So I'm out of the
Order canceled.
there you go. So my order was canceled, guys. It's just consolidating down here. We don't want this type of market, like I said. We need volatility. If there's no volatility here, there's no point. Because what might happen here is your order might get filled, then it might go sideways, then it might spike up, then it might come down. Right? You don't want to end up in something like that. I'll keep following it to see, but it's too, for one, it's too low. The volatility is also too low, and there's just no movement here. So you want to be smart about these entries. That's why I was saying with this strategy here, it's a little tricky because you have to have some sort of discretion. Like you have to understand how the market moves. You can't just be hoping, oh, like it's for sure going to fill and it's for sure going to work. This will probably fill and it'll probably work, but again, I'm not going to take that risk, especially with this type of market that's not really moving too much. So we'll continue watching it, but I'm not in the position. I've canceled it, and I'll wait for the next opportunity to come up here. So nothing here right now. Still hasn't filled yet. And the volatility is still pretty low. Yeah, exactly. Nick said could have easily spiked right through to stop loss as well. Yeah. Let's see. Nathan said the MPS is at the 52. So this is a retracement right here. Yeah, so I'm just curious. I'm going to watch it and see how it plays through. Obviously, I'm not in this position. I canceled mine because of the movement here. So this might be a criteria that we would have to add to the strategy. If it doesn't trigger within the first like 1 or 2 minutes, then obviously cancel it. So again, guys, just a heads up, not in this position. We're just following it here. We canceled our pending order because of the low volatility and consolidation on the downside. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised whichever direction it goes. So this here is exactly the reason why I don't want to be holding on to it when price is going sideways. As you guys can see how it's kind of just bouncing back and forth. I mean, it can bounce off the pivot and come back down, or it can spike up. One or the other. This would just put us in a very, very stressful position if we were in the position holding it, because this is exactly what we were avoiding, right? I said if price starts to go sideways, you don't want to get trapped in this sideways movement where it just goes back and forth. Because one of two things are going to happen. It's going to come up and then come down, or it's just going to kind of fake out a little bit and then come right back down and hit CP, right? I'd rather not be in a position than have to worry about being stuck in a position like this where it keeps going in profit and at a profit and then back in a profit. And then you're kind of you're kind of scared about holding the position for too long. See, typically if the volatility was high enough, it would just come up, bounce, come right back down. That's the type of movement that you're looking for. You're looking for movement in the market, volatility, and this will probably hit, but you guys can see how your stress levels would have gone up pretty high. I mean, I still would have been stressed out right here because it looks like it would have been close. I'm surprised that this thing is yeah, it's taking that long to move 15 points, right? 15 points is not a big move. Nathan said the MPS hit, but he didn't take it. Yeah, it looks like the MPS hit right there as well. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of entries that are actually coming up. There's a V1 pattern right here that came up too, it looks like. It's a double body rejection right there. Yeah, so I'm glad we canceled the order. It was a good decision to cancel it because you guys can see right there, this here would have happened or price would have went sideways. We don't want to trade in a market like that. There's a high-low momentum scalp right here, guys, if anybody was looking to take that. This is a strategy that works good during a sideways market. We have a lower low right here. So lower lows are down here. We have the buy signal that broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2. This here would be a high-low momentum scalp. Again, I'm not taking this trade, but Nick did call it out. It's in line with the convergence to the upside. So we had the divergence actually. Sorry, it's convergence. Divergence, which was right there. And the only downside to this is that it's against the trend, right? Again, I'm not going to trade against the trend, guys. I'm always going to go with the trend. So if I see something like this, I'm obviously not going to take it. Yeah, exactly. Natasha said scared to take it because it's against the trend. Yeah, Nick said, yep, huge red flag for him as well. I agree. So we got some team profits right here. We got Natasha, who took the earlier trade this morning. She locked in a total profit of 582. Nice work, Natasha. Here are my accounts for the day so far. Like I said, I passed the 250K eval right there. Made 15,390 this morning. The goal was 15,000. So once I got to that 15,000 mark, I just stopped trading. Just took a couple scalps right there. Other than that, no other trades here across my accounts. And we are going to wait for the next opportunity here. Nick said might get a triple confluence if it gets divergence and pushes down. Yeah, strong possibility right there. So the divergence may swing down right here. So there's a pending sell signal right there. If this candle closes red, this will be the divergence that you're looking for, Nick, prior to the sell signal. But again, I just don't like how these candles here are moving. They're not moving strong enough. So you're looking for it to actually break the low right there. Okay. So Nick's looking for a triple confluence. I don't think there's enough power behind this unless we get like a last second push and it actually breaks through. I mean, it could happen. Otherwise, this could be a divergence building up to the momentum. Or it might actually break through. Now, see, I don't like how these candles are moving. See, that kind of bounces it back and forth at the last second. So there goes your divergence right there, Nick. Just a sideways move right now. It's pretty much stuck within the 4-hour support, as you guys can see over here. It's within the 4-hour support. This whole zone right here is the 4-hour support. What I might do here is I might just draw another zone. So I'm going to take this off. I'll just draw another zone down here. We'll just have a mental note that this is the 4-hour support. Just so that you guys can see the structure better. Because it's really just ranging between this area right now. $10 points right there, Nick. If you took the divergence before. All right, so this could be a possible triple confluence, guys. I'll be looking to maybe possibly take. I just don't like how these. Yeah, I'm probably not going to take them and sit out. I don't like how these candles are moving. It's the same thing that happened with this previous candle, as I mentioned. it'll show nice, and then all of a sudden it kind of pulls back at the last second. It's just a little too tricky right here. I'll wait for the levels entry to come up. I feel a lot more comfortable taking a levels entry versus these other market type entries. So I'll be looking to get in at the 500 mark right here, guys. Looking for it to break below. Break below and close. I mean, again, we got to have some direction here. We got to have some direction. We got to have some volatility. So I'm hoping we get a big candle like this again right here, or a decent candle. It doesn't have to be huge, but big enough. It's being very conservative today. So again, this candle here would have to it'd have to be a decently strong candle. It can't be like these small candles that just keep coming up. It's gonna have to close somewhere down here. I'll just put a line right here. So I would need this candle to close somewhere down here for me to take this as a levels. If it doesn't close very strong, I'm not going to take it. The reason for that is because price is currently below the support level, and it could possibly be, maybe a fake out or something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to take this level here, of course. Well, there's not even a level there to trade with. But the thing that you guys want to be careful for is because price is consolidating like this and ranging sideways, you want to be careful for the fake out. It's currently below the support level right here. So what might happen is price might fake out right here, come down a little bit, fake out, and then pull back into the range. So these types of market conditions, and we've seen this over the past couple of months, this is why we got to be very careful when you're trading in a range or consolidation where there's not very much movement. If we have a big range and price is going up and down very heavily, that's fine, right? That's completely fine because price is going to move. But if you're getting price where it's just consolidating like this sideways and it's small, you want to be careful for the fake outs. My guess is that this may be a fake out here, and it's probably just going to pull right back up into the range. Eventually it'll break out, and then it'll actually break below and drop. But right now it's not in that, it's not moving under those market conditions. So unless I see a big red candle here, or a decently big red candle, something like this, I'm not going to take the levels, because the last thing I want to do is get caught in this sideways movement that was going on here earlier. There's a V1 pattern right here, guys. It's opposite, of course, against the trend. So I wouldn't take that for a buy, but keep looking here. All right, it's about to be 7 o'clock. Hoping the volatility to pick up a little bit. But again, watch out for the fake outs, guys. I'm not really looking to take any entries here unless it's pretty smooth or straightforward entry. So I'll be watching this again here. Again, I'll need the candles to come down to maybe this point down here. And again, trouble getting past this. So if it keeps touching it like that, I think eventually it's going to break below it. Otherwise, it's probably going to push back up into the range over here. So you can't see the zone here, but if you look on the clean chart, price is just faking out from below the support. Pushing up right here. Let's see, Oscar said the sell signal came up on his at 6:55. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, try refreshing your chart. Are you on the same asset, Oscar? You're on YMM 2024? Because if you're on a YM, it might be different. If you're on the continuous, might be different. Otherwise, just refresh your chart. That should fix it, unless anybody else sees a sell signal over here. Yeah, so Jamie said it did on hers too, but it went away. It might just be lag on your chart data. Because that's what happened last time too. All right, guys. Like I said earlier, this is not a good market to trade in, guys. I don't recommend you guys take anything. Be careful for the fake outs because the fake outs may happen. This here might be opportunity again, but we would need a decently sized candle for this to be a levels for us. Just keeps bouncing off that 500 mark. So this price point right here just keeps getting wicked off. Again, no levels there. Man, this market sucks. This reminds us of May. This is like the May market, very slow, very dead. So I'm looking back at the chart over here. If you guys see back to the original level strategy that I showed you guys like a while back, it actually just came up right now. So we had price break below the structure right here. It retraced up. And then on this candle right here, it closed below. And when that happens, it typically pushes down to the next level right there, which would be the 500 mark. So I'm watching this again for a possible levels opportunity, but again, I don't like the way that these candles are moving, so I'm probably not going to take it, guys. Like it would have to be a pretty strong red candle, but because it keeps pulling back. All right, so kind of see how this candle here closes. I'm not going to put the order in yet. I'm going to watch it a little bit. I'm going to see how it's moving here. So I didn't put it in my levels order yet, guys. I'm going to see how it's moving here. I'm just worried about that there may be a retracement after this candle here, of course. Yeah, exactly. Drew said scared for a huge retracement candle to the range. So I'm not entering this trade right here, guys, because of this consolidating market or a consolidating like area right here. I think price will just probably consolidate even further. So it might get filled and then it just might go sideways for a bit. There's just not enough volatility here for me to want to get in. Because I typically want it to just fill and then go straight to TP. That's what I'm looking for. Because of the low volatility here, I don't think that's going to happen. I'll probably just go sideways for a bit. So I'll follow this here if it fills. I'm not taking it though, so just a heads up, guys. Not in this position again. We'll just follow it. So it looks like it would have filled right there. Kenny said, if I had $1 for every time you said, man, this market sucks, I'd be rich, right? It's true. It's true. We've been stuck in this consolidating ranging market for the past 2 weeks have been actually great. Like the first 2 weeks of June have been great. Last week was great. This week has been pretty great. But the previous months, May, March, April, May have been like super, super slow. So yeah, definitely would hear me say that basically every single day for the past 3 or so months. So the levels entry right there hit it full TP. If you guys got it, looks like Nick caught it and Daniel caught it. Nice work, guys. I just didn't feel comfortable with it again. Like this entry again would take forever for it to hit. I think I would just be too worried with price being in limbo like that. I think that was a good confluence right there. So the reason why Nick and a couple of people took it was because they saw the liquidity down here and they expected price to push down a little further to hit this level of liquidity, right? Which is smart. I would have done the same thing. And it's probably going to hit now as price continues to drop further. So as you guys can see, there's a handful of entries that have come up today. There's a entry over here for the levels. There was a CV entry over here. There was another levels entry right here. The PRB over here hit for a full TP. 2 liquidity levels here. So there's a lot of entries that have come up. It's just they're not really good entries. I wouldn't consider them quality. And because we've had such a great week so far, I'm not really looking to take any unnecessary risk, especially in a sideways market like this. It's just too slow. Yeah, exactly. Drew said it's just so slow. It's not worth the risk because these entries are scalps. So they're supposed to be hit like very quickly. You don't want to be holding on to a scalp for like 5-10 minutes. At that point, it turns into a day trade, and the analysis becomes all off at that point. So it's all good. We will continue to follow this here. 7:06 right now, so we still have some time, guys. It's not necessarily super late in the session. We still got basically an hour left till 8. Hoping that this here kind of moves through. So we'll see if we get a reversal here. Not expecting it to. Prefer reversal back to open, maybe later past 8. All right. So the liquidity down below still hasn't gotten hit. There was another high level momentum scalp that came up right here, guys. If anybody got that, there was a lower low right there. Buy signal that broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2. This would be a high level momentum scalp. Same as what we looked at earlier. And that already hit TP right there too. So this strategy is a good strategy during a sideways market. During a sideways market like this, the 3 strategies that work well are CB entries, V1 variations, and high level momentum scalps. That's pretty much what everybody has been applying past couple months, usually in the winter season when the market's slow. And that's kind of all that's been happening right here. Let's see. Yeah, Drew said, glad the levels hit before this. Yeah, me too. Because this is what we were worried about, right, Drew? We were worried about the retracement because we knew it was going to happen. Just a matter of time because price has been overextended for a while. It's been dropping from way up here to down here. It's due for retracement. Oh yeah, so let's see. Let's see if this is a BB3 right here. Sadie Nikki had mentioned. So it's not an actual BB3, but it's a BB3C. So it's a continuation. Because there was no double body, double wick down here. But it was a continuation and it did play through right there. It was against the trend, so I wouldn't have taken it. But it looks like some of you guys here did take it. So again, guys, like I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, there's no one way to apply my strategies. My strategies just give you guys a foundation. You don't have to trade with the trend. You don't have to avoid the red flags. You don't have to look out for all the confluences that I do. If you guys just want to trade specifically, like how the patterns play out, you guys can do that as well. So you can see there's a BB3C that came up right here. I wouldn't have taken this trade because it's against the trend. I only trade with the trend most of the time. But if you guys wanted to take this here as a breakout V3 continuation, the pattern is very simple. It's buy a signal, green candle, right? That's the pattern. If you want to just use the pattern and trade in either direction, you can do that. There's a BB3C over here too. I didn't even notice this one. If you guys saw this one earlier, there was wait, this was actually the BB3 right here, guys. So the BB3 actually happened way up here, the actual BB3. So there was a double body rejection right here. There was a sell signal, red candle after that. So it looks like the BB3 actually came up around the same time as the PRV. Right there. Let's see. Nick is asking, the TP stop loss working for everyone today? I think they do work. I think it's been working. I'm not sure if it is, but it worked for me earlier when I took my trades this morning. I don't know if it's by account, but for the most part, I think it is working now. All right, so other than that, but again, guys, like I said, if you guys want to take BV3 patterns in either direction, you can do that. For my testing, it does work, but you just have to like take every single entry. See, Nick's Williams said it worked for him when he took the BV3, but he took another trade and it is not working. So I guess it's kind of I guess it's intermittent. It's not always working, but it is working sometimes. Unless you traded on a different account, William. I'm not sure if that was the case too. So here's William's profits for the day. He posted his profits over here. Just post them up in the Discord real quick. So here are William's profits for the day. William locked in 30 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 accounts here. So 20 times 30. William locked in about 600 for the day. Nice work, William. 600 for the day on that account. Looks like there could be a possible breakout V3 continuation to the downside right here. That could be setting up. Pending sell signal here if it actually closes. Not looking like it, but possibility of it closing. This is also the divergence that you look for, Nick. So I think the divergence happened on this red candle prior to it. Yeah, it was really small though. Divergence happened slightly below it. So there's a breakout V3 continuation that's setting up right here, guys. And this was also a high level momentum scalp as well. I'm not too sure about this right here, guys. I'm not going to take this one. I don't like how the candles are kind of spiking back and forth. So I'm not taking that one right there. I mean, it's too late now anyways. Looks like it's going to play through. I didn't like how the candle was kind of switching back and forth at the last second. This kind of got me I think like a couple of weeks ago. We were looking for breakout V3 continuation, and at the last second, it spiked up into a doji. And then I ended up getting trapped in the position. So I'm not in this position here. If it closed pretty far down, I would have been okay taking it. But because this here pulled up so hard, I didn't feel comfortable taking it. So I'll just watch it for you guys here. Again, I'm playing conservative today, guys. No FOMO for me. I've already learned my lesson. Pretty much the last couple of trades I've lost have all been from FOMO. So not really looking to get caught up in any of these FOMO moves here. The high level momentum scalp here did hit, guys. So if you guys did take that trade, looks like Johnny took it. So like I said earlier, this strategy is like the strategies that are really good during these sideways markets are the high level momentum scalps. They came up like about 4 times today, I think. There was one right here that came up, and then another one right here that also came up. Higher high, sell signal broken close below pivots 1 and 2, and then it shot right through. So if you guys want to trade during a sideways market, you guys can. I personally don't like trading in a sideways market. I think the sideways markets are too tricky. Because you don't know when it's going to start moving again. So price could be sideways for a few moments, and then all of a sudden price starts moving directional, and then you're kind of caught in the wrong trade. So you're better off catching the reversals trading sideways versus directional movements within the range. Yeah, Nick said it was a good one as well. Also lined up with a divergence and 1 minute pivot strat for a sell. Yeah, I agree, 100%. So again, I haven't taken any official entries for the day, guys. I just been identifying entries for you guys. I'm playing defensive today because of this sideways market. If the market wasn't going sideways like this, I would have been looking for entries. But because the market keeps going sideways like this, you guys can see the fake outs pretty much setting up, right? So as I mentioned, when the market goes sideways like this, you want to be careful for the fake outs when price breaks and closes past structure. So price down here broke past the support. You guys see how it faked out, pull back into the range. Did the same thing right here. Got to the support level, faked out, pull back into the range. So just be smart about your entries, guys. You don't have to like avoid every entry, but just be smart about taking entries when price is near structure, because what's likely to happen is a fake out. Yeah, exactly. Drew said, looks like a fake out market for sure. Yeah, and I'm just content with my profits for the day, right? I don't want to risk my profits for the week, not for the day, but for the week so far. Like for the week, we've had a pretty great week, so I'm not looking to take any dumb trades. I tend to FOMO around like Thursday, Friday, so I already know that's my problem, and that's why I'm just being smarter about it. Yeah, if you guys look at our results from last week, I gotta update the spreadsheet too. But if you guys look at the spreadsheet, like literally all my trades here, you can see my losses are like revenge trade, FOMO. Like there were like so many bad entries that I could have easily avoided. Um, and I just had to pay for it, right? So I'm being smart this time around. Like last week was such a good week. We had such a good week, and I FOMO'd into like a couple trades, and it was horrible. Like last week we had I think 4 wins or close to 4 wins, or not last week. It was the week before that. It was this week. Yeah. So the week before last week, um we had 4 trades, and I FOMOed in our bench trade on this Thursday. Yeah, we had one, two, three, four, five, six wins and 2 losses. This loss could have been easily avoided. Basically, threw away profits on that last trade. So just got to be smart about it. And that's how you guys get better too. So what I recommend you guys do, if you guys are not consistent, or if you guys just don't find your profitability to be as good as it should be, just document your trades. If you journal your trades like I do here, you guys will understand, okay, this is where I'm screwing up, right? I'm screwing up because I'm revenge trading, or I'm over trading, or I'm FOMOing. And if you just stop doing that, you'll be able to keep more profits at the end of the week. So just got to be smart. Got to know how to play defensive. Got to know how to play offensive. Right now, it's a defensive market. It's a sideways market. Unless I see like a CV entry, or I see a V1 variation that looks really good, I'll possibly take it. But yeah, I'm just not sure. Not sure right now. And then we got news over here at 7:30 as well. The one thing I also don't like are these candles. So see how these candles here are like very wicky? They're very wicky, and they get small. So they get small, they get big wicks, they get small again, big wicks, small candles. This just indicates that there's just no clear direction in the market. And if you could see here, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like if I was to take off I'll just use this chart to identify just levels. You guys can see that price is really just sitting in between this area right here. It's between the 550 and the 50. So you guys can see the fake outs right here, right? Fake out, fake out, fake out, comes back down, comes back up, fake out. It can't break out of this area right here. Like it's so bad, I don't even want to trade within this area here. Um, I think it's worse when it's ranging between actual prices, like whole numbers, because it's not even like a regular support resistance zone. Like we have this support resistance right here, and you can see it's super messy. But if you look close here at the levels, it's really just rejecting off the whole numbers. So you don't want to get trapped in that. Yeah, Drew said retail sentiment is like 50 to 51 right now. Nobody knows where to go. Yeah, exactly. So if you look over here at retail sentiment, like even the retailer traders like us, like they don't know where to go. Everyone's kind of going both ways. We are entering the summer market though, so this is normal. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like during the summer market, the market tends to slow down a little bit. Um, I'm hoping it doesn't slow down too much, like not as slow as the spring. Um, I don't think it will though, because the elections are coming up. There's just so much stuff going on behind the scenes, with the wars going on in, around the world, the stuff in Gaza, Palestine, Israel. There's just so many things going on everywhere. The protests, all that stuff. It's going to affect the market, of course. The thing that I'm kind of shocked about is that CNBC hasn't really reported anything. There's a breaking news right here. It's not really something that we're too concerned about, but let's see. It says the Supreme Court rejects a bill to restrict access to abortion pill. Makes sense. PPI reports over here. This is from this morning. Wholesale prices unexpectedly fell. And then another update over here. I'm surprised these aren't like breaking news. There's news, but it's just not breaking news. It doesn't come up on the breaking over here. But it says S&P hovers near a record on encouraging inflation rate data and live updates. So, I mean, there's not really too much here. You guys can see from the clean chart, it's just stuck between these price points again. We have some more profits over here from Williams. Nice work, William. Here's another set of profits from William here. We also have Natasha. She took the last trade for the high-low scalp. Total profit of 618 for the day. Nice work, Natasha. And then we got Williams profits here again. He locked in 140 per account. 20, 2,800 for the day. Nice work, William. And then also Drew said Russia's coming. So yeah, if you guys saw that, so this week and last week, Russia basically declared US as an enemy state. Also, they're doing their military drills on the coast of Cuba. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Like it's not good news, but for the market, it's good for the market because like something could happen over the weekend, right? Something could happen over the weekend during their military drills and it can shake up the market. Because if we go to war, if the US goes to war, which obviously is not a good thing for us as citizens of the United States, but if the US goes to war, it's going to shake up the market because a lot of money is going to go into, military and stuff like that. And there's so many military contracts that are going to go out to a lot of these companies. So just keep that in mind, guys. Everything is somewhat connected. Wars are connected to the market. Inflation is connected to the market. There's so many things that can affect the market indirectly that it'll cause some volatility to move. Because right now, this market isn't it. Like, this is not the type of market. It's too slow for us. We need price to be moving from level to level, right? I don't want price to be sitting right here. I want price to go from level to back to open, right? If we get some movement like that back to open, great. Because I'll be looking to take my levels entry up here. But obviously, we don't have that here. So let me just take this stuff off. Let's see. CJ said, hey, Sean, my Asia low is different than yours. Refresh trading view is still different. Try taking off the indicator and putting it back on, CJ. So that's one thing. If you've done that already, then the other thing is your thing here might be changed. So you might be on regular trading hours versus electronic trading hours. This was an issue that we came across with someone in the past. For some reason, they were on regular trading hours. But since we trade electronic, it should be on electronic because it puts it on a 24-hour clock. See if that's enabled right there, CJ. But what happened last time when we saw. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else could be the difference. So you've taken it off and you put the new one because this indicator was updated a while back. I'm not sure if you took it off, like you actually removed it and then put it back on right here from the list because the indicator was updated like a couple weeks ago. Unless your numbers are off, so you might want to check the numbers right here if these are the same as yours. So price is again breaking below the levels right here, guys. The thing that you want to be careful for is the fake out. So yeah, there's a possible triple confluence right here. If the sell signal closes, let me check the charts real quick. That's a little tricky. It's just a little tricky for me. I'm not going to take it. If you guys want to take it, feel free. That's a triple confluence right there. And of course, it blasts right through. I would have been okay with it if this candle wasn't kind of bouncing back and forth. Again, I'm just being very conservative, guys. I'm on the defensive side. I'll mark up the entries here for you guys, but because this candle here wasn't like, I wasn't sure if it was going to hold. It kept bouncing back and forth. I didn't feel comfortable taking it. So that's why I held off on that one there specifically. But it blasted right through. So if you guys took it, nice work. Looks like it came down and it tapped the liquidity down there as well. So there's the lower level liquidity that was right there. And that also hit full TP. So nice work, guys. There was a pretty good confluence there because you had liquidity sitting down there. And then the triple confluence lined up with it as well. Nice. So William over here caught it as well. So nice work, William. Some more profits right here from him. I'll add that to the Discord over here again, of course. So some profits over here from Johnny. Johnny locked in a total profit 791 for the day. He has 3 accounts here, all 791. So well over 2,500 for the day. Nice work, Johnny. And then we have more profits here from William, of course. So William is now at 195 per account. So 195 times 20, he's up 3,900 for the day. Great work, William. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of you guys here use this higher low as the entry. Lower low didn't get far enough, but it was this one right here that you guys used. William said, thanks, Sean, for our mentorship and focus. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. I'll stay focused for you guys. I might be scared to take entries right now because of the type of market we're currently in, but I'll keep looking for entries for you guys. So I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here are still profiting. Even though I'm not taking any trades myself, I'll continue to call out entries when I see them. Again, if I see something good, I'll take it. But if it doesn't look like 100% to me, I'm not gonna force any trades here. We got news over here at 7:30. Yeah, Rashida said, find us one that you will take, Sean. I know. So this one over here, I would have been okay with it if this candle, like, if it was obvious that this candle was going to be big like that. The only problem with this here is that I was looking at the lower low. So I was looking at the same thing Sadie was looking at. I wasn't looking at this higher low right here. And that's why I kind of missed it. But it's all good. Gotcha, CJ. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's why I was wondering if you remove the indicator and put it back on. Because if you removed it and put it back on, it should have been like the same as mine. Because the numbers were updated around daylight savings time, maybe like a month ago. But yeah, good thing that you fixed it. All right, here goes a news candle right here, guys. Mark up the news right there. I know CJ said he missed liquidity. It's all good. This is gas stock change. All right, we got price below the levels now. We'll see if it fakes out and pushes right back through. So possibly another fake out down here. If it continues dropping, great. But if it fakes out again here, it's probably going to pull back into this range. Let's see. Yeah, Nick's hit a possible high level momentum scalp that's building up right here. Yeah, price pushes back up. It could possibly be a high level momentum scalp because it hasn't broken past the pivots 1 and 2 yet. There's a lower low right there. Yeah, there was another levels that came up right here too that Daniel mentioned. So the levels here was used earlier at 704, but it came up again right here. Price broke below, came up, retested it, came back down. Again, the volatility here is just a little too low. Yeah, Kenny said that's kind of scary. Putin's crazy. Yeah, if you guys are following the news, there's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So just it's kind of like what happened with the Ukraine war, right? So when the Ukraine-Russia war happened, it was like random. Like nobody expected that to happen. Like I think it was like dinner time on a Wednesday, and the war just started like back in February. It was um it was super unexpected. There's a new high-low scalp right here that's coming up that Nick mentioned. Gonna be a little tricky if it closes below. This actually would be a good high-low scalp. It's too late for me to enter though. That's good there. Enter. So this looks like it could be a good high-low scalp. The candle is a little big. The only reason I was thinking of it as being an okay high-low scalp is because it might push down to the next level here. So I will be looking for a levels entry below this 450 mark. Let me put that on my chart real quick. So I'll be looking for a possible levels entry right here. So there goes that high-low scalp that Nick just mentioned. Looks like volatility is going to pick up here a little bit. So I'll be looking for a levels entry right here. Or not. All right. Got my levels entry waiting right there.
Order submitted.
So I'll wait for it over here. Got my pending order waiting. Hasn't filled it yet. All right, so now it's filled. I'm getting the issues with the thing, guys. So I have issues
Order
with
submitted.
all my accounts. I got issues with my the Apex issues, whatever the Apex issues are called. So I'm gonna have to watch it and then manually flatten once it gets out. Had like maybe 20 errors that came up. So basically all my accounts. So I'm watching it right here. Just gotta make sure that I don't it doesn't hold on for too long. Um, I'm just watching my Ninja Trader, guys, because I don't want to get caught in this position because the TP stop loss aren't set on my Apex account, it looks like. On sideways here. So still watching it right here on my Ninja. Volatility is kind of low. I got stopped out, unfortunately. All right, it's all good. Took an L on that.
Order filled.
Again, this market is not the type of market that I like trading in. Unfortunately, took an L on that. It is what it is. Take that loss. Move on to the next one. So I was kind of tempted to pull out right here, guys, at the 10. But again, I wasn't looking at the chat. I was too busy looking at the Ninja because I didn't want it to go past my threshold. So still in profit for the week so far, but again, got caught in this trade right here. Like I said earlier, it's not a good market that we're trading in. It was a solid entry though. So with this entry right here, it's a fair loss. There's nothing wrong with it. I think everything here kind of lined up properly. The only problem here is that the price was going sideways, just like I mentioned for this entire session. We don't like this type of market, right? We want the market to basically, we want it to drop down, fill, and come straight down. But because the market's been going sideways pretty much all day, there's not enough volatility to really push it in that direction. So I'll take a fair loss any day, guys. As long as I didn't fumble into the entry, I didn't take any unnecessary risks, I'm okay with it. So I'm gonna give you guys a little update for that right there. I was really tempted to close it out though. I wish I saw the chat with you guys because once it dropped down to like 10, 11 points, I was like, I'm so close to TP, I should just pull it out because of the sideways movement. But I was hoping it would just spike down. It's all good though. So let's see. The good thing is that the other level of entries have been hitting. So, I mean, for whatever reason, I keep getting caught on the bad one. This is like the only bad one from today. The other levels here hit. So this one hit for a full TP. This one hit for a full TP. And the only one that I got over here ended up not hitting. So it's all good. It's 2-1 today. So 2 wins, 1 loss for the level strategy. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I've marked it up right there. Let me take a screenshot of my account real quick. So let's see. I'm gonna put this over here real quick. All right. So with that loss, I'm not taking any more entries on my accounts. I mean, it's getting kind of late into the session, but let me just show you guys my account so far. So it took the loss today, just took that loss as normal loss, but I'm still up for the week so far. So here are my profits for the day and losses, and here are my profits for the week so far. So currently for the week, I'm still up about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm up like about 27,000 right now for the week. For the day so far, I took a loss right there, of course. Some slippage on these. You guys can see which accounts got affected. It was these right here with the 700. I had to manually close them out, unfortunately. Took a little bit of a bigger loss than usual, but it's all good. So looking back at the charts over here, there's nothing else to take here right now. There was a high level momentum scalp that came up right after that loss. You guys can see the lower low came up right here. Buy signal broken close past this pivot 1 and 2. And there is the entry right there. Other than that, I mean, this is just a weak market to trade in. So as you guys can see, now that prices moved down to this lower level right here, the 450 and the 500, it's now just faking out around these levels now. So fake out right there, fake out right there. And it moves in between these areas right here. So let's see, William got some more profits here. Take a screenshot of that, or I'll just drop it over. All right, Nick's done. Yeah, Nick's a crazy day, 6 winning trades, logging off. Solid work right there, Nick. Yeah, Sega said, I'm glad, Sean, your analysis does wonders. You lost one, but made us win a lot. So thanks, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you guys locked in a bunch of trades, guys, or locked in a bunch of wins while I ended up taking the only loss. Yeah, so it's all good. I'm glad that you guys are winning here. You know, if you guys are winning, I'm winning, right? It's not a big deal. I'm still up for the week so far, and these losses are just part of the game. So the good thing that I'm happy about is that the entries that we're taking are for a 1-to-1 now, right? For these levels entries. So that's a big plus because now, now we're able to really find the balance, right? Like we took a loss here, it's not a big deal. It didn't hurt me too much because I'm still in profit for the week. So maybe tomorrow we'll have one more win, bounces back up, and then we'll be back into full swing. So other than that, we have William over here with some more profits. He locked in 310 for the day, or 320 actually, times 20. So total profit over here, 6,400. Nice work, William. We got Jonathan over here. He took one win on his first account and then 2 losses on his 2 other accounts right here. So he's currently in the red, but still good for the week so far overall. He's up 3,059 for the week. So solid work right there, Jonathan. Other than that, if you guys have any more questions, you know, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll keep looking for opportunities here. There may be a breakout V3 continuation setting up right here. Looks like a lot of people here are kind of wrapping it up for the day though. Yeah, no, exactly. CJ said, Flesh made a gajillion dollars in those pre-market trades today and yesterday. Yeah, no, it's all good. Although they were evals, I mean, it's all good. Now that they're in a PA session, PA mode, we'll build from there. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a couple trades, or I need to take like 1 or 2 trades tomorrow, and then we'll be good. I'll be pretty smooth. Let's check the news for tomorrow, actually. So we don't really have much news tomorrow. We have Michigan consumer sentiment at 7, so we'll try to take some trades like before that, maybe some trades after it, cause some volatility in the market. I'm just hoping the market moves directional. It's not like the sideways move that we've been having today. No breakout B3 continuation here because the candle did not close red. Other than that, let's see. Liquidity's pretty much been used up already. So all the liquidity today hit. So first level of liquidity right there. 1, 2, 3, 3 levels here, full TPs for liquidity. Looking over here at the other scalps, we had a level entry right here, full TP, CV entry right there, full TP, another level entry right here, full TP. This was a, I don't know what this was. This was something, high level momentum scalp, full TP. This was a, I don't know what this was. I should list these, but anyways, another entry. So about like, we'll see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 1 loss for today on the regular scalps. A lot of you guys actually pulled out of this one early, so you guys here also locked in all wins. I think Nick locked in like 6 or 7 wins today, all full TPs, 1 partial actually, and I mean overall that's great. Pretty solid moves there. See if there's anything else here. I'm gonna stick to my game plan, guys. So I'm not taking any more trades. I'm actually gonna turn off my Ninja Trader right now. So I'm turning off my Ninja Trader and my laptop in general. And we'll just see if there's anything else here. If nothing comes up in the next couple minutes, we'll just wrap this up for the day. I think it was a pretty good day overall. I think overall today was a pretty great day for the market. Not for the market, but for our trades. Market kind of sucked. It was going sideways. Unfortunately, I got caught in the only loss here, but I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here locked in some pretty good profit. So if you guys have more profit to post up, feel free to send them in. Otherwise, let's see. Kenneth said, seems like when momentum signal crosses the 50 mark, the trade hits TP. Well, let's see. Yeah, no. Typically it does. So just looking at that here, except for this one right here. So a lot of times it does work. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do 1-to-1, like this would be a loss, but this over here would be a win. This over here would be a win. Yeah, I mean, that could be a strategy of its own, right? If you guys want to look into that. Yeah, we'll save that for a rainy day when we need some other like variations of what we're already doing. But not that's a good observation, Kenny. Thanks for that. Let's see what else I got here. No, I actually got lucky this week. I got lucky this week because yet the other loss, I didn't have my copier on, so I only had that on my personal account. But for the most part, overall still solid for the week. So let's just add my profits up for the week so far. So for the day, obviously, some nasty losses right there. It's 20. So heavy loss right there. But for the week, let's just add the week because the day is over with. So 1454. Just want to see where I'm currently at. I'm not going to add this big one over here first. It's not necessary. I just want to see where my actual accounts are currently sitting. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1254 times 8 plus 1454 plus 1454 plus 1454 plus 1454 plus 1114 plus 4 plus 914 plus 914 plus 914 plus. Okay, so I'm still up 23,560 for the week so far. So I'm still pretty happy with this week so far overall. I already knew today was going to be a little tricky. That's why I didn't take majority of the trades. So I'm hoping tomorrow moves a little more directional, or we can catch something before 7 because we'll have about 30 minutes up until 7 o'clock, and then from there we will we'll be cutting into the high impact news. Yeah, Nick said, yeah, it's just the way it goes. Got to break in those PAs by taking a loss on them, right? That's what it is. I take that first L, then it's like hit the ground running from there. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Brian's asking, Sean, would you consider trading a demo account when you turn off your live account? I think your practice demo trades can still discipline us. Yeah, I mean, possibly. I could probably even turn on the paper trading on here. I mean, that could probably work too, right? Yeah, no, we'll do that in the future. So like maybe not today because there's nothing for us to take here. But yeah, in the future, I can probably just turn on the paper trading here. And yeah, I can play around with it. Yeah, no, it's cool. Because that'll keep me in the game too, right? It'll keep me kind of just playing around with the market, even though it's not necessarily not real accounts, but yeah, it'll keep me in the game, even though it'll keep me wanting to keep analyzing versus just sitting here not having my actual accounts running. Because it gets kind of boring, right? If you don't have any actual money on the line, you don't have any skin in the game, it does get a little boring because you're kind of just analyzing, not taking any of the entries. And then when they hit, you get kind of that FOMO. But since it's on the paper trading account on here on TradingView that you guys can see directly, we can probably make that work. So yeah, no problem, Brian. So there's no other entries here, guys. For us, there was a CV entry that came up right here, actually. I don't know if anybody saw that, but there was a CV entry that came up right here and it hit full TP. There's a higher high right here. This red candle was smaller than this green candle. And it went straight through right there. So that was a nice CV entry. So you guys will see that there's still entries coming up. It's just a lot of these entries are they're better for the sideways market, which I typically don't like to trade in. Like this was a sideways move. We couldn't really tell it was a sideways move until like maybe after this red candle, right? So when a lot of you guys exited after this red candle, I was actually tempted to pull out. The only problem here is that at this point, it was kind of too late for me, but it's all good. Yeah, Nick and Brian coming through with those killer ideas that were right in front of our faces the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be fun for me to just take, entries that I see here anyways. They don't have to be real entries, but they're just going to be, and I think what I'll do here too is I'll also reset the, how do I reset this? I'll just leave it as is. You guys already know it's at 150, 119. It's not like it's a big profit. I just use the paper to test stuff out. See, Rashida said levels may hit on this one. Rashida said the levels are good on the 5 minute too. Yeah, I've noticed that too. So the 5 minutes also good, but yeah, you just have a bigger TP stop loss. You basically go from level to level. That's what she was mentioning right here. So like, for example, price broke below and you just go from level to level. So like basically go from the 600 down to the 550. And then same with this from the 550 down to the 500. Like a lot, like, so like what I said before in the past, guys, you guys don't have to trade on the 1 minute. Like all of these strategies work on all time frames. You just got to change the TP stop loss. For me personally, I looked at the 5 minute, but it doesn't come up as often. And I just don't want to be on the charts all day. I think that's kind of the biggest issue for me is if you're trading on the 5 minute, you're gonna have to be on the charts like longer than 8 o'clock. Because they don't always come up like this pretty smooth. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're good. If you're gonna trade like all day, they're probably gonna work well because you can just sit on the chart all New York session. But yeah, that's kind of why I stick to the 1 minute because I don't want to be on the chart longer than I need to. I already know myself. If I'm on the chart too long, I'll probably blow accounts. Like just being honest, because I am an overtrader. That's why I have to cut off at 8 o'clock. Because if I trade after 8 o'clock, I'm gonna just revenge trade and overtrade, and I'm just gonna flush my profits away. I'll make a lot of profit on some days, but most days I'm going to flush away a lot of my profits. So it's just not really worth the risk. All right, guys, it's about to be 8 o'clock. So let's see, William's done for the day as well. William's at Seawall tomorrow. Have a good Thursday. Gonna go work in his garden. Yeah, no, definitely. All right, William. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. Guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, it's getting close to 8 o'clock right here. I'm not expecting too much to happen. You guys can see the market is just getting flat again, right down the middle. Let's go to the levels chart one last time. So here's our clean chart. I'll just mark up structure here so that you guys can kind of see where price is and was moving. So this is the range right here. It's pretty obvious now. This down here was a fake out. Price came down below, faked out. I think this is where I took my loss. Unfortunately, I got faked out. And this is what I was warning you guys about too, right? So like earlier, I was telling you guys, look out for price when it's around structure, which price was that structure right here. I should have looked at the clean chart, but I mean, it's all good. It is what it is. This is what I've been kind of warning you guys about. Basically, all morning, I said, look out for the fake outs when price gets near structure. Price broke structure here. Our entry happened right here. Unfortunately, we did get caught in the fake out right back up and bounced in between the range. So fell for my own trap, but It is what it is. So here's a clean chart. You guys can see prices now kind of just going between the 500 mark and the 450. So it's kind of just faking out around here. And staying within these levels. So, all right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. It's about to be 8 o'clock in about 4 minutes. If you guys don't have to trade, I would just sit out the market. If you guys want to trade again, probably wait until about 9 o'clock. That's where the market will pick back up. Otherwise, I think right now the market will kind of just go sideways right here, possibly fake out around this area. As you can see how these fake outs have been happening right here. It's probably just gonna be a rinse and repeat of the same thing, you know, over and over again right there. Until later. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in as well. Here are my profits for the day, my losses for the day, and my profits for the week. And that's about it for the day. So if you guys have questions, reach out. Otherwise, same time tomorrow, same time, same place tomorrow for the